Hello and welcome to episode 3, version 2 of our podcast of Concepts of a Podcast. Our last episode 3 kind of got, you wouldn't know this, but it kind of got the recordings messed up, so we pivoted. But today is Developer Appreciation Day. On today's podcast, we're going to be talking about a number of developers.
Nintendo,
Yeah,
Blizzard,
yeah,
Squeenix,
yeah.
fan favorites.
We got some looks like we got a random talking about the Game Awards, last year's Game Awards. But yeah. All right. So let's get to this. How do you want to start? You want to start us off?
Yeah, sure. I'll start it off. So, fuck Nintendo. Yeah, I said it. You know what? All right, I got a few points. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Okay.
Let's first start with their infrastructure, friend codes, lack of good voice chat, lack of good matchmaking in its games. Why? This stuff started with Xbox Live like decades ago, and Nintendo still doesn't have it? Like, seriously, what are we paying for? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make any sense. The graphic conversation, okay, I get it. You know what? Nintendo wants to be like, you know what? We don't really care about graphics. It's about the quality of our games. And you know what? I can buy that argument. I can buy that. I get that. But like, seriously, Nintendo? Seriously? You want to come out with a Switch or a Switch 2 and be like, oh man, our graphics card. Why do you even talk about that? Why do you even mention the graphics card in your presentation? Y'all don't care about that, and y'all know your fanboys don't care about that either. Like, why? Like, you're basically peddling GameCube games on the Switch. And on the Switch 2, you're basically peddling PlayStation 4 and Xbox 3, Xbox One games? Like, why? You know what I mean?
I wanna continue off that point you said where it started like decades ago. Because as far as I remember, I mean, there may have been some stuff on the SNES, but I remember the GameCube having like an online service, right? And it was kind of trash. I don't remember how it worked.
Honestly, I don't remember the GameCube having enough.
Wasn't it?
Wait,
It had Double Dash, right?
you're right. But I thought Double Dash was unofficially. I thought we were using Warp Pipe for that.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I don't think Double Dash had an official like online. I think that Animal Crossing might have, maybe. I'd have to go back and double check that. But
But
like,
but the
you're
GameCube, it didn't it have like potentially they had like planned for it, but they just never went through with it.
I think they had like a LAN adapter. I remember that for 100%
Yeah.
certainty. Yes, and that's how we did the whole like warp pipe is we went through like the PC and we were able to like connect to other players and play with them via warp pipe in college. And that's the thing, like again, y'all probably can't tell this based off of how we look, but we are some old ass gamers. We've lived through some shit. We've seen some shit. I've been here since what? Fucking, I played on Atari when I first started playing. Like, I've been through all the Nintendos, NES, SNES, freaking, like, I don't know, Nintendo 64, GameCube, freaking, what? I kind of missed out a little bit on the portables, but I mean, you could speak on the portables, the 3DS and all that crap. I played through the
Game Boy,
Game Boy
Game Boy
Advance.
Advance.
Yeah, exactly. We played them all. And the thing is, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I hate Nintendo. Like, I really legitimately do when you
You're
look at
you're
the
like
rest of,
you're
like,
like the Sasuke of the Nintendo family. Like,
exactly. Like, I say this because I've literally lived through and played through a lot of their generations of games. And the thing is, I'm going to keep it real with you guys, especially given that this Switch 2 just got revealed and how much vitriol online is headed for Nintendo. And, like, don't get me wrong, some of the stuff is like tariffs, and that's Trump. I 100% get it. That's on Trump. And that's on Trump screwing up the economy of the US and the world economy at the same time. But some of this is literally Nintendo directed hate that they 100% deserve that heat and deserve that
yeah,
like
a lot of
smoke.
it's been going on like the friend code that had nothing to do with our current administration.
Exactly. And they're sitting there like, oh, we
Voice
want to
chat,
police online.
like the voice
Why?
chat. What was the voice chat like on the Switch? I think right now it's like use an app through the phone. Like why are you trying to like shoehorn and like I don't know what's it called where you like patch together solutions when you could just build it into you
Build
know
it into the system.
yeah.
You can even do what like Xbox and PlayStation are doing right now and use Discord. Come on, bro. Like,
Yeah.
that's the thing with Nintendo. It's just like, it's kind of like, get this analogy, if you will. But my thing is like, it's kind of like the ideas of like, people are like, I'm a free thinker. Nintendo, you're too much of a free thinker. You're way too out of the fucking box. Get back in the fucking box. We want certain things that are standard in our consoles, bro. Like, seriously, online infrastructure should be a fucking given. I shouldn't be sitting there like, hey, I met this person online, man. We played super well. Our game went super well. Wait, what's your fucking friend code? Like,
Like the
what?
thing with, the thing with like staying in the box is like the box is there for a reason. Like unless you're gonna do it better, just get in the box. Like
I know, man. I'm sitting there just like, it just kills me because I'm just like, certain things should just be like standard with like how we operate. 1+1 = 2 type of thing. Like you shouldn't be like, well, let me think about it. Maybe it could equal 3. Like, no, we have certain things that are literally like standards, certain things that are just
order of
like
operations.
fundamental or order of operations. Like I get that like you want to sell your console for cheaper. And that's another thing I'm going to get to about this whole Nintendo reveal too. But like, I get that you don't care about graphics and you want to sell it for cheaper and you want to be the family friendly console. Fine. Okay. But like there's certain things about Nintendo I'm just like, it's backwards. You want me to get on the Switch 2 real quick?
Sure, get on the Switch too.
The Switch 2. So I sat there and I was like, you know what? I hate Nintendo. I really do. I sincerely do. But part of me is still a child. And you know what? I grew up on Nintendo. These are the
You still
games
gotta
that literally,
pre-order.
yeah, part of me wanted to pre-order it, honestly. And I saw the Switch reveal and I sat there and I was like, y'all are selling us a tech demo? Like, that's wild. If people actually eat this up, like, again, correct me if I'm wrong, PlayStation, 5 had Astrobot, right? But Astrobot was free initially before it became a paid standalone game. Like,
Yeah.
why are you selling us the tech demo? Nintendo, you're already charging $450 for a Nintendo console that's basically last generation's graphics. And like, I'm like, what?
It's
And then
a
on top of
Nintendo
it,
Station 4.
yeah. On top of that, you're charging $80 to $90 for games. $80 for a digital game is criminal. Y'all should be charged for this. You know what I mean? $90 for a physical game. That's like one fourth, maybe even 1/5 of a console. You buy 5 games, you bought a console, bro. What? No. Like Nintendo, who did you like swing this by? Do you have any kind of like what do you call it? Focus group to like swing this by? Did you ask anybody if this was okay?
Part of me is wondering, not to excuse it, but part of me is wondering if they're like, I know with the current gen, like the PS5 and the Xbox Series, maybe the X, I don't know about the Series S, but I think when they initially launched, they were sold at a loss and they would make it up in games. So I wonder if like maybe Nintendo's not necessarily selling at a loss, but they're not the the profit margins on the Switch 2 are like kind of thin. So they're like, we got to make it up in games. I
They
wonder.
must be they must be razor thin if they're charging for the tech demo to show us how the whole console works. Seriously, I sat there like, oh, they're gonna give this to us for free. Nope.
Yeah,
Nope.
what was the comment? Someone is like, that's like paying for the owner's manual.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that's a wild concept. And the thing is, the internet is eating Nintendo alive right now. And honestly, they should. Because again, Nintendo needs to be held accountable. I think that's one of the issues with Nintendo for generations. It's not just the Switch 2, it's not just the Switch. They've been doing this for generations. They've been literally taking advantage of people and they have no accountability. Nobody fucking holds them to the fire. But they'll hold Xbox. Oh, Xbox, your graphics fucked up, bro. You need to get your graphics on the level of PlayStation. Oh man, Xbox, like, why'd you do like
This is the pain.
DRM? Yeah, you should be allowing us to play our games the way we want to play it. Like, but Nintendo does similar shit, and you're just like, you know what? We're gonna give you a pass on nostalgia. Really, Nintendo? Fuck you. Like, my last piece of this is honestly, and I'm gonna say this. Look at me, Nintendo fans. Look real close. Y'all love leftovers. Nintendo's last presentation had how many leftovers? Freaking Breath of the Wild,
Elden Ring,
Elden Ring, Tears of the Kingdom. What else did you guys have?
Street Fighter 6.
Street Fighter
Kind of
6.
current. Well, current.
No, that's still leftovers. How
That's
long
still
ago was Street Fighter 6 released?
like 2 years ago ish.
That's not a new game.
Yeah.
And let's be real here. Most Switch owners are not probably only Switch owning. They're probably owning a PC. They're probably owning a PlayStation. They're probably owning an Xbox. They're owning some other console. The Switch, I'm going to keep it real with you, is an accessory console. You can live on PC alone. You can live on PlayStation alone. Hell, some people even live on Xbox alone. You know what I mean?
Or like you don't even need a Switch. You just live on Steam Deck. Like if you wanted a handheld.
Thank you. My whole point is like the Switch, like most of the games on like Nintendo's like consoles have been basically floated by Nintendo. It's Mario Kart, it's Zelda, it's Metroid, it's like Mario, it's Mario Party. It's basically first party games. And honestly, you'll get maybe like 1 to 2 of those a generation for Nintendo or for like a console
Animal
cycle.
Crossing thrown in there and
Yeah, exactly. So my thing is,
Pokemon.
you're not typically getting more than like 1 to 2 of those per like console cycle. You know what I mean? So like you're waiting forever for one of those games to come out. And then the other thing about that Switch reveal, which pisses me off and it makes me kind of want to buy it, is the freaking FromSoft. I was mad that FromSoft actually stole the show. And honestly, my conspiracy theory is I think that they did that because they realized whatever they had wasn't enough.
Did
FromSoft is the latest and greatest, but go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, did you look up what Dust Bloods actually is? What kind of game it is?
You know what? You know what? I'm gonna keep it real with you. No, I did not. But I saw the article that you posted. Go ahead. Tell me about it.
Yeah, it's Dust Bloods is like for anyone looking for Bloodborne 1.5, Bloodborne 2.0, or like some version of Souls like. No, that's not what Dust Bloods is. It's like some kind of I mean it's like a multiplayer. It's not a single player RPG with like a story. It's like a multiplayer kind of. I think they described it as like a battle arena or something like that in the article. There's like preset heroes which can be leveled up and customized in certain ways, but it's not like build your own character like a Souls like. It's not. It's honestly once I read that description, I'm like, I'm probably not even gonna. It might be fun, but I don't see myself being like, oh, I got to get a Switch 2 to play it.
Yep.
I can see it being fun, but even like I don't know. It sounds like it almost sounds a like a downgraded version of Night Rain. I could see that being like, you know what, they made they made this because they can't put Night Rain on the Switch 2. I might be on the
Listen to that. Listen to that. Okay. Listen to that. Listen to that and wait for this game to come out. Please. Because Night Rain's about to drop in what, like 1 to 2 months?
yeah, May
Like,
30th.
listen to that. That is legit.
Yeah, so
That
I could see that being the case. But like Nintendo's just they're just very weird, like especially like shutting down tournaments, being very anti-fan, like it's very weird. I don't know. I remember I had a TikTok video. I was talking about like, yeah, man, I love Super Mario World. The Super Mario World on the SNES, one of the earliest Super NES games. I was like,
it's a
yeah, I
classic.
love this game. It's great. And the TikTok got shut down for like copyright infringement. I'm like, why? I hate this. This is so stupid. Just because the music was from Super Mario World. I'm like, the game is like, what, 30 years old by now or something? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's another piece. Nintendo hates its fans. Like Smash Brothers tournaments, grassroots Smash Brothers tournaments getting like literally destroyed because of Nintendo. Smash Brothers is getting like basically removed from Evo at certain points because of Nintendo. I'm like, Nintendo, that's free advertisement. People want to play fucking Smash Melee. What, a 20-year-old plus game at this point? You made a gym and you want to fight people for playing it? That's crazy. Like,
Yeah, the fact that
why?
like Smash Brothers, especially like it was left out of the GameCube selections on the Switch too.
Look, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
Like
You know
I
what?
when I saw that I was like, oh, GameCube. I kind of knew they were gonna leave out Melee, but I was like, let me just. There's like that one in a, the Doctor Strange time stone chance, 1 in 14 billion chance that they'll be like, oh, well, we'll include it, but no,
Yeah.
it's just so weird. Like,
I'm like, Nintendo, you're literally including a GameCube section of your online service, right? You'd think that those games like Wind Waker would be like the most popular games on the console. And I'm sitting there like, where is Double Dash? Where is Melee? Where are a lot of these games that literally created like hype for buying a GameCube? Like, and again, are you doing this for a reason that you're gonna re-release Melee and put it online, you put an F-Zero GX, bro. Are you gonna re-release?
Zero game.
Yeah, exactly. Are you gonna re-release Melee with online play? I doubt it, honestly.
Oh,
Are you
yeah.
gonna re-release it later with online play? I highly doubt that too. I don't know what your end game is here. Why do you avoid doing the obvious? People are literally trying to buy used GameCubes or old GameCubes and old GameCube controllers so they can continue to play Smash Melee.
And
And
they'll keep
you
re-releasing GameCube controllers. Like,
exactly.
they're like, oh, we
And,
recognize the controller's cool.
yeah, and y'all are doing this, I feel like almost to spite us. Why? Double Dash is a classic too, and I get why you might not want Double Dash. Double Dash will compete against your new Mario Kart like game, World Tour or World Circuit or whatever it's called. You don't want that competition from your own product. I get it, but Melee, there's not even another Smash on the horizon. Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have Smash 64 already up there. Why can't we play Melee?
Is Smash 64? Oh, yeah.
I think Smash 64 is already up there, but I could be wrong. I haven't played a Nintendo console in like probably at least a year and some change at this point. Like,
We'll check that afterwards, but I think it might. Actually, I think it might not. I don't know. With Nintendo, it could go either way.
yeah, honestly, it could. Honestly, you know, can we get that edited?
Oh god.
Oh my god! But Nintendo fans love leftovers, and the crazy part is like there's so many fanatics out there that literally defend Nintendo like they're defending Elon Musk, like they can do no wrong. I'm like, why? Like you're paying Nintendo for this. It's not like they're doing it out of the kindness of their heart. They're a company. You know what I mean? Like they should be wanting to satisfy their fans on some level, but they don't care. They really don't.
Maybe they do all this like crazy stuff. Maybe it's out of fear. I don't know. I don't know. Their direction is just weird.
Fear of what? People enjoying their games?
I don't know.
Like,
I'm just like I can't. A lot of the decisions, I'm just like I can't wrap my head around you guys going into the boardroom and like coming to that conclusion. I just can't.
yeah, it's just wild to me because I'm just like, you know that Futurama meme of Fry being like here's my money or whatever? Like,
Yeah, shut up and take my money.
yeah, take my money. Like, it's basically like that with Melee. There are a lot of hardcore Melee fans. There's a huge Melee community that literally like is just like, hey, if you produce another Melee, you're basically printing money at that point. And Nintendo for years is just like, absolutely not.
You know,
Why?
you know what it is? Nintendo's like that kind of what is it? Like the kind of like hipstery boundary pushing artist that's like, oh, I always want to like try new things and like push new boundaries and explore new dimensions of creativity with my expression. I don't know.
But that's the problem. You're too out there. You're too out there. You need to come back down to earth, Nintendo. Come back down to the regular gamers. Like, oh my god. But what else? Anything else on Nintendo?
I think that's about all we had to say about Nintendo.
I'm just like,
Yeah. Well, I guess there's a little line here we have about the prices never depreciating over time.
yeah, that's another issue. So speaking on prices, so Nintendo is coming under fire now for $80 and $90 games. But honestly, like Nintendo should come under fire for something they've been doing for a very, 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 very long time. Nintendo games, unlike PlayStation, unlike Xbox, unlike Steam, unlike like other PC platforms, their sales are so far and few in between that basically their games stay at full price for years.
Yeah.
Like games could be even like freaking like 5, 10, 15 years old, and they're still trying to sell them as if they're like brand new. And I'm like, how are people eating this up and not mad about this? Like, I'm speaking to you, the gamer. Like, legitimately, why are you guys okay with this? If Sony were doing this with like, I don't know, Last of Us, God of War, Horizon, whatever, you'd be pissed off. If Xbox were doing this, you'd be like, the audacity of these people. But Nintendo does it? Oh, that's charming. I'm gonna pay fucking $60 for Donkey Kong Tropical Thunder, Tropical Freeze. Like, what? Seriously?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay freaking $30 for like a game that's like 30 years old. Come on.
Yeah.
Seriously? Why? Why do we accept this? And honestly, part of it is on us. Like, We could be boycotting Nintendo until they change, but so many of us dick ride Nintendo. It's absurd, man.
Yeah, I'd like to see the like, what is it, the stats or like the breakdown of how Nintendo games do like over time, and I just like to know why they do the things they do. But that's neither here nor there. Let's
I don't
move
know.
on to we got a few other topics. Square Enix. We got a few things to say about them. I know one of them, at least for me, is my issues with the whole FF7 remake. I'm like, okay, so in a world, I think what makes FF7 remake hard for me to swallow, that breaking it up into 3 games in a world where like Baldur's Gate 3 didn't exist, maybe it could be acceptable. But Baldur's Gate 3 showed like, yeah, like, you can like FF7 remake is like selling Act 1 of Baldur's Gate 3. That's what it feels like to me. Like
You ain't wrong.
that's how I see it in my mind. Like, you just sold this Act 1. I'm like, it's so weird breaking it up, and then like the first one, okay, that was kind of a clean breaking point. It makes sense to break up there. But beyond that point, there's no real clean areas to break up the game. And where they chose, I'm not going to spoil it for anyone. And spoiler for me, I didn't play it, but I looked up where it ended. And I was like, yeah, that's a stupid place to end it, but whatever. But where they end the Rebirth, the second game, is just like it's dumb. Because the game is just, I don't know, it was just not built to be broken up that way, if that makes sense.
Apex, I have a different take.
Okay.
Don't be mad at me.
Okay.
Look at me, guys. Who asked for this? No, dead ass. Who asked for this? We asked for a Final Fantasy VII like remake. They wanted Final Fantasy VII with updated graphics. They wanted Final Fantasy VII with like our next generation graphics. They did not want what it became. They did not want what Squeenix basically produced. And I think honestly it's shown in like the numbers. Like again, if you made, this is the thing about honestly Nintendo, Squeenix, and some other companies, like if you made what we want, that thing would sell like hotcakes. Like literally, it would literally produce money. Yes, it would probably take a lot of money to produce a Final Fantasy VII in its entirety in this generation with this generation's like engines or graphics, but like, god dang, that would sell like crazy. Final Fantasy VII is literally beloved by fans who have played it, and even some fans maybe who haven't even finished it. But like, it would literally print money. Why aren't we doing this? We've literally been asking you for years at this point. Squeenix, please just do it. Make us that same RPG, but just update the, like, polish off the graphics a little bit, or polish it off a lot. You know what I mean? We're fine. You know what I mean? Nope, can't do it. We're gonna give you a action RPG Final Fantasy VII game that plays nothing like the original, and the story is also the beloved story that you guys all like basically treasure has been basically like completely reworked. For what? For why? Why are we doing this, Squeenix? Nobody asked for this. You know what I mean? It's just,
For me, it's like, I mean, I respected 7 in the day, but I never got a chance to play it. But I did play, I think I finished the original 7 after finishing the remake, the first game. It's, I like I see the vision of the remake, like just looking at a well done example, Resident Evil 4 remake. You know, they took some creative deviations from the original source material, and it worked out really well. But they didn't go too far. They kept the spirit of the original game.
the spirit.
But the remake of 7, it's like I could see, I think what they were going for was to try to be like, if we, like, 7 was limited by technology of its time, I imagine. So maybe they were trying to be like, this is the game we would have made originally, but I think they also took a lot of creative like deviations or pivots from that original vision as well. Go ahead. Oh gosh.
Okay, so my question is like, if this is the game that you originally thought about creating, right? But then you're like, oh no, we're limited by technology. We can't make that game. So you know what? We're gonna make this turn-based game back in what, 1997, and it becomes a huge hit. Wouldn't you think that if you've struck gold to go after the gold again? Like, why would you try and recreate a wheel that literally has sold you millions? Like, it's like Soul Calibur or Street Fighter or Tekken. Like, yes, they do some mechanical tweaks, but generally speaking, it's like the same basic understanding of a game. Same thing for freaking Resident Evil 4, like remake. It's like, yeah, they made some creative changes, and I'm fine with that. But like reworking the entire like soul of the game. Why are we doing this? Who asked for this? We wanted Final Fantasy VII like remade, not Final Fantasy VII remake of what it became. Like, come on, bro, just give us Final Fantasy VII.
Even like they were doing too much with that remake because
Way.
okay, they were doing too much. I got another point I want to get to, but they were doing too much in that like they tried to like flesh it out and stuff, and I'm like, okay, that's cool in theory, but like there was a lot of story there that I was just like, no one cares about. Like, and then also, like the fact this is probably the most egregious thing for me, the fact that like your save doesn't even carry over between games, like that is that when I found that out, like that killed my interest in playing the next one. I'm like, I'm just gonna wait until they do the whole bundle and they remake the remake and make a whole 3 games into one and cut out all the fluff. And if they never do that, then it's whatever.
Thank you. It didn't make any sense. It's like Final Fantasy VII Original. Literally, you carried over your save from one disc to the next. And it's like this. It's like, I agree with you. Once it was like, hey, you finish your game? Oh, it doesn't matter. We're going to start you off the way that we, like, from the base. I'm just like, wait, what? Like, what was the purpose of playing that entire, like, first game of 3?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That just doesn't make any sense. It's a continuation of the same story.
Yeah, and that
Like,
I feel like that was like poor vision, poor planning. Like,
yeah.
yeah, they didn't like what in what world did you think that was a good idea? I don't know.
I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I think basically Final Fantasy VII Remake was basically like a Kingdom Hearts version of Final Fantasy VII that nobody asked for. But
Yeah,
that's just me.
yeah.
But whatever. Um, anything else on Final Fantasy or anything else on Squeenix?
You had a there's something about Star Ocean games here, but I don't know too much about Star Ocean.
I don't know. I'm just like, I missed it. I'm the only thing I'm going to put on that out on that is I missed the 2D Star Ocean games. That's all I'm going to say. That's all.
Poison.
I know. Maybe I'm too old. Star Ocean 2 was the GOAT. Oh my God, it was the GOAT. But anyway,
All right, let's move on to
Blizzard.
yeah, Blizzard. All right, so we got some discussions to talk about. I agree with some of the stuff you're probably going to say about Overwatch 2. Diablo stuff we're probably going to disagree on.
Honestly, I don't even need to go on the Diablo stuff. I don't even care anymore about Diablo. I mean, the main thing I'll go off on Diablo about is Uber Lilith was that was premature. Y'all should not have put her in the base game. You know you shouldn't have done it. Basically, you needed a super busted build to beat Uber Lilith, like practically like
Yeah, the season 0
modded. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, what? Seriously? And then the thing is, like, again, like having a game that's online like this, it's not like Souls games where you can just avoid all of her hits and be like, you know what, I can go like hitless on Uber Lilith. No, that shit lags. You fucked. Like, it's just like, why? And then on top of it, the thing that kills me about Diablo is like, there's only in the beginning, I can't speak about the rest of this stuff, but in the beginning, there was only like one build that could beat that thing.
Yeah, that was.
Like,
I'm just like,
why?
did you guys play test this? Like that was. Yeah, that's not cool.
It's super fucked up. It's basically like I made a mistake from the beginning of the game. Like as soon as I started my game and created my character and created my class, it's just like, yeah, you done fucked up. Like,
Oh, you went through it, or
yeah, exactly.
Oh man. Yeah, I just imagine like playing hardcore that early. Oh god, that would have sucked. And then the rewards were like, I mean, even now the rewards are kind of meh. Because by the time I think the rewards now for beating Uber Lilith, is you get a resplendent spark. You need 2 to craft the mythic, along with some other stuff. But it's like
Better than a horse skin.
Oh yeah, better than a trash horse skin. Oh man.
Oh God, I just sit there. I'm just like, but all right. About a main dish for Blizzard, and I stand on this. Blizzard, I seriously don't understand how you're not facing criminal charges for literally getting rid of a $60+ game that we bought. That is criminal. I bought Overwatch 1
I thought it
digitally.
was 40. Oh,
Was it
okay.
40?
Yeah, I think it was 40.
Maybe it was 40. Okay, $40 game twice. PlayStation and Xbox, right? Because I loved Overwatch 1. Overwatch 1 was a genius game. It was so good. And then it's just like, I sit there and I'm like, they're releasing Overwatch 2, and Overwatch 2 just doesn't meet my expectations. I was like, you know what? Let me hop back with some Overwatch 1. No. How did you guys erase our content, erase our purchase?
You stole our game. Like, actually, that's kind of when you think about it. It's like, yeah, we're just like we took your money, and what you gonna do about it? Like,
That's theft. Like,
yeah,
legitimately, that is theft. And it's not even Overwatch 2. The other thing that pissed me off about Overwatch 2, it's not like a real game. It's almost like an updated Overwatch 1, but worse.
yeah,
And I still don't understand. How are you guys getting away with taking away the game that we bought? The digital product that we own, you just overwrote?
yeah. I mean, even if you like let us keep it, but even if you turned off the servers but let us keep it, I mean, that's almost as bad. But like, you literally just like no, you can literally not even play it. Like
Yeah. Unless
that
you go and find a disc. Like, you can't play the game.
yeah.
I'm just like, Blizzard, how is that legal still? Like, maybe, again, I don't read the terms and conditions of every game I buy, but like, how is that legal, bro?
Yeah,
How is that legal? Like,
that's messed up. And
you
like,
stole from millions of people. And guaranteed, there's certain moments in Overwatch 2's lifetime where I'm pretty sure if Overwatch 1 were still an active game, Overwatch 2 servers would have tanked. Because nobody would want to play it. They're just like, this game is busted. This game is not fun.
but
Like,
speaking of like, okay, the what is it? The is it like mechanics or like the play of Overwatch 1? The 6v6. I understand why they went to one tank because like two tanks was a little too much.
too defensive,
And
yeah.
yeah, and I understand, and even I feel like, well, it's not so bad at Marvel Rivals, but I feel like maybe they may have to figure out how their own way to deal with the whole 6v6 meta or
Yeah.
6v6 play style.
You mean like the 3 tanks and 3 healers or something?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
it basically
Rival
ran into
matches have gotten
Overwatch.
so bad. Like I've heard like 3 healers is meta or 5 healers. Sometimes you just go 5 healers. And so I'm like, oh gosh, they're getting their own problems. But I understand, like, okay, they had to get rid of the tank, speed up the game in
Yep.
Overwatch, speed things up. Um, but then they brought it back because they knew people. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. I'm just like,
Overwatch is its own can of worms, but
I
I
should have known when Jeff Kaplan stepped down.
yeah. Once he left, it's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah. And it's sad that like so many games and projects and stuff are so sensitive to like the developer or like the executive producers and stuff being in charge of executive directors,
Yeah.
how much control they have. Yeah.
Also, okay. Can I speak one last thing? Technically, this counts for Blizzard, like Overwatch and Diablo.
Okay.
Fuck battle passes too, bro.
Yeah.
100%. That is like corporate greed. 120%. That stuff did not exist back in the day. Back in the day, during like Sega, Nintendo, like the old school generation, the first of both of those, you just got a game. That was it. You got all of the game. You didn't get it piecemeal. You didn't get DLC to death. You didn't get like, remember Oblivion and their horse armor? You didn't get stuff like that. You just got the entire game. This whole battle pass is basically charging you long term for basically owning and playing a game. Like, I get if you want to release DLC, I'll pay for it. I'll choose whether I want to pay for it or not. But like a battle pass, like, and like especially like as egregious as it was, I think in Diablo, where like the items could you see the items and then you just couldn't use them, or maybe it was Overwatch, one of the two of them. It was like,
Maybe that's
come on,
Overwatch.
man.
I know Diablo. A lot of the battle pass, or I think all the battle pass stuff in Diablo 4 is cosmetic.
Yeah, I think it's Overwatch then, because one of them you could earn it and then you couldn't use it unless you got the battle pass. I'm like, this is so wrong.
Yeah, actually, okay. So they both kind of do that. There's like there's free things you can earn in the battle pass. Then
Yep.
most of the battle pass, a vast majority of the battle pass is you pay for it and you get.
Yeah.
Um, that's Overwatch and Diablo. Battle passes they're weird. I mean, I'm kind of on like the hate end of the spectrum towards them. Um, but it's, I don't know, something to work towards. It's I don't know. It's weird though.
I just want my game. That's
I
all I
just want
want.
to.
Just give me my game. If I swear, if FromSoft does like a battle pass with the next Elden Ring, I'm gonna lose it.
Night Rain with a battle pass. Oh
Yeah,
god.
exactly. Don't do that. Please don't do that to us. Give us DLC. I'll pay for it like entire loads of content. Like for example, like look at the Witcher games. Like Witcher 3, DLC 1, DLC 2, DLC 3 or whatever. You know what I mean? Like makes sense. Like that's a good amount of content to release all at once, but like piecemealing us, you know what? I'm tempted to go off on. Never mind. I'm not gonna go off on Capcom for Street Fighter and how they did what Street Fighter 5 and how much flack they got for that, but because
Yeah,
I don't really play Street Fighter like that.
we could, but there's now
Yeah,
that's neither here nor there. It's dead and gone.
yeah, it is.
Yeah. But yeah, those are the big ones. I can't think. There's probably some other developers we could like throw under the bus at this point too, but we don't have too many talking points on them.
Yeah.
We could wrap this up with. It looks like we had some notes. Um, so just a little fun little pivot to like end the episode on. 5 games you could only play for the rest of your life. And I have my 5 written down. And then it looks like there's something about 5 games in their peak you would like to play. We don't really have to go into that. That could be like that's just a random.
Yeah.
But
I could probably give you 5 games in the peak that I would love to play again, but I just feel like if they're produced now, they're probably gonna be done wrong. And
yeah.
honestly, you know what? Screw it. I'll go into it. You want to go into it?
All right, let's
This
go
could be
into it.
funny, actually.
All right, we'll
You know
wrap
what?
up on that.
Do you want to start or you want me to start?
All right, I'll throw mine out there to get them out of the way. So
Yeah, go for
5
it.
games. I'll just go with the 5 games I could play for the rest of my life because I gave a little thought. I mean, they all kind of they fulfill like a different gaming itch, whatever. There's this is based on just currently what's out there. There's Monster Hunter Wilds. There's Marvel Rivals. There's Street Fighter 6, Final Fantasy 14, and Diablo 4. Between those 5, I get my fighting game with Street Fighter 6, get my MMO, I get my shooter, I get my action RPG, and Monster Hunter Wilds it's Monster Hunter.
Okay, mine's gonna be a little bit different, I guess.
Okay.
I'm gonna start off with Final Fantasy VII, an actual Final Fantasy VII.
Okay.
Final Fantasy Tactics. I'll put that out there. The original. Star Ocean 2. So that's 3 games. Dang, the last 2. I'm gonna go with Smash Melee, and I'm gonna go with it's hard between Overwatch and
Overwatch 1.
Destiny, or like Overwatch and KOTOR. Shoot.
What about Halo 2?
Halo 2's a GOAT, don't get me wrong, but like, I guess it's depending on like, are their servers up or not up? Because like most of the games I think got put out so far, like Overwatch 2, Overwatch 1, if the servers aren't there, then clearly the game doesn't exist for the most part. So, okay, how about this? If there are servers, then I'm gonna put Destiny in there. I'll put Overwatch 1 in there. And maybe Overwatch 1 / Halo 2, I think, but probably Overwatch 1 will probably do it just because of more variety of play. But if there aren't servers, then I'm going to probably put KOTOR in there instead of like anything that has online. KOTOR was a GOAT. And honestly, I want them to bring it back. I don't even know what's going on with the remake, but I think it's on hold, it's my guess.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's dead.
All right, well, let's wrap this up. But yeah, at the end of the day, developer's gonna developer. I mean, there's some people like I feel like when it comes to like remakes and just game vision in general, game design and stuff, I think Capcom does a really good job. Um, I can respect a lot of their visions for stuff like the Resident Evil 4 remake was good. Oh, go ahead.
Resident Evil 6?
That was before Resident Evil 4 remake. I was in the past. Resident Evil 6 was just like, you tried something, but I'm not saying they're perfect, but you can see that they have respect for their IPs.
I think they learned their lesson, is my thing for Capcom. I will give them that. Street Fighter Cross Tekken could have been a GOAT, but y'all got greedy.
Yeah,
You
they
know
got
what I
a little
mean?
greedy.
Real greedy. And then I don't even know what happened with Resident Evil 6. Maybe you guys just got like drunk on your own hype of like, oh man, we had fire with Resident Evil 4. We had fire with Resident Evil 5. We could just put out some just generic, bland action game in Resident Evil 6 with no like real cohesive story and nonsense. Like,
Yeah,
all right.
they
Like,
they were trying something. I mean, I
yeah.
like when developers try stuff as well. I mean, they kind of have to respect their their origins, but when they try stuff, it's 50-50, honestly. But like Capcom, I respect. I mean, I think they. I mean, honestly, even though Overwatch kind of turned out horribly, I respect Blizzard a little bit. I mean,
I, can I make a substitution?
sure.
No, I forgot a really important game. what was it? Not Baldur's Gate 3. Oh man, it's escaping me. We literally just played it. Divinity Original Sin 2.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, Divinity 2. Divinity 2. 100% has to go in there. Divinity's super busted. Super busted, super fun, good story. It's going in there.
That's 5 games is really restricted.
I'm gonna throw out Final Fantasy 7 for that, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I'll think I'd still keep my 5 games just because they pretty much all have a lot of play and longevity to them.
Wait, did you say no Baldur's Gate 3?
No, I said I'm not. It's not in my 5 games. It's only because like the games I pick, like Monster Hunter Wild, that would be around for a while. I mean, it's Monster Hunting. I know, even though given how much I played Baldur's Gate 3, I love it, but like it's at the end of the day, it's got a lifespan that'll eventually die out. Like I guess Monster Hunter would eventually die out, but it has more playability. I know Baldur's Gate 3 is goated.
Oh my god. Cut the tapes, guys.
If I had to get rid of anything, I'd probably get rid of Marvel Rivals for Baldur's Gate 3.
I'm actually kind of mad Marvel Rivals is in there.
I
Like
like Marvel Rivals.
Marvel Rivals, I literally played that game from the beginning. I was like, there's something wrong with this game. There's something not right. This game doesn't feel polished. And you're like, oh, you're just stuck on Overwatch. Oh, you're stuck on Overwatch. And all these different people came out with all the different issues and glitches. I was just like, oh,
The aiming,
God.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little awkward.
It's-
All right. Well, yeah, let's wrap it up there.
Any final words?
Final words. Freak Nintendo. I'll keep it polite. But yeah, no final words. Anything else you want to say?
My final words are Nintendo, I want to like you, right? I want to buy your consoles, but you keep disrespecting me. You keep disrespecting us as gamers. Please, for the love of God, just listen to us for just a second. Like, there's stuff that you're doing that just don't make any sense. We would give you our money willingly,
Yeah, that's the craziest
but
part.
not for nonsense. Like, come on, bro. That's all I got.
They should rename themselves Nostalgia.
Yep.
Nostalgia Switch 2. All right, you guys. Thanks for watching, listening. We have. Let's see. I think we have. Oh, I forget. I have to write down like the email. It'll be in the like description or show descriptions. We have an email. You can contact us at about feedback. I think this is gonna go to YouTube and Spotify, maybe iTunes.
I feel like our
Yeah,
DMs are
thanks
gonna
for
get blown
watching.
up.
All right, this is episode 3. This is like our, I guess, initial pilot series, but yep, thanks for watching. All right. I'm Apex Dova. I mean, I'm on like everything as Apex Dova. But yeah,
I'm Cowboy Bebop Crew, pretty much on everything. Don't
yeah,
blow up my DMs.
yeah. Apex Dova. I know a lot of people struggle with saying my name, but
Apex Donovan.
oh gosh. But yeah, all right, that's me. All right, we're out.
All
All
right,
right.
bye.